The calendar in GrandCare can be really useful, and there are two ways to use it. So here's way number one. In the care menu, I'm going to open up the care menu for this GrandCare system, and of course there is an entire button devoted to the calendar for this GrandCare user. And it's pretty simple stuff. I get a whole month view here, and if I want to add something for a particular day, I need to click on the number of that day. Or if I want to see some details about anything that's already on the calendar, I just click its short name right here on the day that I want to see. But before we get into that, let's talk about the calendar options. There are only two, so you get your choice of what kind of pictures you want on your calendar. And I don't care for the zodiac sign, so I think maybe I'll do dog pictures on mine. And then of course it will put holidays on if you like, so you can maybe choose whatever religion is appropriate for this person to make sure that they see the holidays that they want to. So I'm going to save my options, and now you see I got a dog picture on my calendar. Okay, so let's add an event. Today's the 9th, and I'm going to click right on the 9 to add a calendar event. So what would I like to do? Yes, I would like to add a calendar event for Friday, November 9th, 2018. So I'll click on that. And now this is pretty standard stuff. Anyone who's used an electronic calendar, a Google Calendar, what have you, this is pretty standard stuff. No big surprises. Either this is a single event or all kinds of repeats options that we have here, including birthdays, anniversaries, monthly on the 9th, etc., etc. You could do daily repeats or weekly every Friday, whatever it is. But I'll leave this one as a single event, and I'll call it barbecue. And I can put some descriptions. And I can say that it's all day or specify a certain time, that this is going to happen 3 p.m. and it's going to end at, I don't know, 7:30 p.m. And I could put any details, comments, whatever I want to do. Now this is important down at the bottom. So I can set up a caregiver reminder. Like maybe a caregiver needs to be reminded of this before it happens. And I could say, yeah, I want a caregiver to be reminded on the day of the event. And then I get to pick which caregiver I want to be notified, and that would be me. And now the other option down here is to have a reminder for the touchscreen user, because they obviously will want to know as well that this event is coming up. So I might say maybe 30 minutes before this event starts, I'm going to have GrandCare remind the touchscreen user. And then I just save my event. Pretty simple, and there's my event right there. I click on it, maybe edit it if I want to. Pretty simple stuff. Now let's go ahead on the touchscreen and see what this looks like on there. Here we are at the GrandCare touchscreen. Let's find our newly created calendar event. I'll go to the main menu and choose the calendar button. Looks exactly the same as you would see in the care menu. So here's the repeating event that we have. I can zero in on a certain day if I like. And here's my barbecue event. There it is. Now the second way to add calendar events to this GrandCare system is to add them directly from the calendar app on the touchscreen. And this way, if you think about it, it makes sense, because the touchscreen user would want to maybe add events to their own calendar, so that's why you have the button here on the main menu. And so here's how you do it. Right down here at the bottom, I would just touch the Add Event button. And the first thing I have to do is select the type of event. And there are two types to choose from. This is the bonus feature of doing it on the touchscreen, is you can create a calendar event like we've just seen, or you could create what's called a to-do item. Let's do that instead. Make a to-do item. I'll call it Eat Dinner. And I'll click the next button. And I want this to-do item to be due at 5:30 p.m. Next. Yeah, I want this to repeat daily. Repeat forever. And then I'll touch the next button. And yes, I would like it to play a tone for this reminder. Which one will I have? Maybe I'll choose that one. Next, I can include some optional notes. And then I can save my event. My event has been saved. Okay. Now if we go back to the main menu, where do those to-do items go? Well, they go in the schedule button here. So this is a pretty special button on the touchscreen because what it does, that's probably easiest to show you. Today's schedule, the button schedule, pulls from your calendar, your medication reminders, and your to-do events. It puts them all into today's schedule. Here's all the things that are supposed to happen today. So here I had a calendar item reminder to take my heart assessment. I had a medication reminder for this morning. I had a to-do item to eat lunch, and I've done it because I checked it off right here on the touchscreen. I've got this calendar entry that we made earlier, and here's a note to clean your office. I'm just going to say I've already done that, so I'll just touch it to check it off. And I have this to-do item to remind me to eat dinner later on. And so that's the schedule button, and that's to-dos. And that pretty much covers calendaring on GrandCare.